కళా పోషకులు ఒక 5 నిమిషాల్లో క్లాస్ ఆన్ చేస్తున్నాం. కళా పోషణలో క్లాస్ ఆన్ చేస్తున్నాము. అది గట్టిగా పెట్టిన మ్యూజిక్ వీళ్ళు కూడా వింటారు పాపం. అయిపోయింది స్టార్ట్. ఓకే, so here in this unit, so first we are going to discuss about skin effect, proximity effect. The latter, the resistance effect of resistance in solid conductor. This is already we have discussed in first chapter by selecting the materials, and also the line constants. We have discussed about the resistance and how it is going to affect the performance. Similarly, next one is Ferranti effect. So this is also in some conditions, so some loaded conditions. So the scientist Ferranti observed the voltage, so change in voltage at the receiving end, that is which is more when compared to sending end. So that is how it is going to affect the performance. Next, about corona. Just a minute.
Sir, a small doubt, sir. Is it Ferranti effect or Ferranti effect?
Okay. So next topic is corona. So this is a well-known term, corona nowadays. So similar to there is no question of avoiding this corona. We can reduce the corona using some taking some appropriate measures. We can reduce the effect of corona and also radio interference. Okay, so these are the topics we are going to discuss in this chapter. The first topic I am going to discuss today is Ferranti effect. So here it is. Well, a long transmission line. So we have long transmission lines, medium transmission lines, and also the short transmission lines. So this effect we come across only in the long transmission lines and under lightly loaded conditions or no load conditions. So there is when it is no load, the receiving end voltage, so which is connected, the receiving end load voltage is greater than the sending end voltage. So is it possible in normal conditions? It is not possible because there is some losses present in the transmission lines. So because of that losses, always the efficiency is less than 100%. If it is equal to sending end and receiving end powers both are same, so in that case it becomes 100% efficiency, but it is not possible in practical case. Whereas in some conditions, here it is because of the capacitance, dominating capacitance, the receiving end voltage, so it is always greater than sending end voltage. So for this is observed by Ferranti, scientist Ferranti. So the reasons for this can be explained. There are so many ways we can explain why the sending end voltage is more than receiving end voltage. So we have already seen the expression from the rigorous method. So we have a voltage equation in terms of incident wave and also the reflected wave. We have derived the formula for voltage. It is a combination of incident plus reflected voltage. So the incident voltage is going to be VR plus IR ZC by 2 into e to the power of alpha t e to the power of j beta. So this is the expression we have obtained for a long transmission lines if we consider distributed parameters, where alpha is the attenuation factor, beta is phase angle coefficient. Okay, so these are where ZC is characteristic impedance. Okay, so this is the expression. So if we substitute X is equal to 0, that becomes receiving end. If we substitute X is equal to L, that becomes sending end voltage expression. So we can find out the sending end voltage is a combination of reflected at any instant of time. So on a transmission line at any distance, we can, by using this expression, we can find out the voltage, which is a combination of incident and reflected voltage. Okay. Now if I substitute L is equal to 0, so this expression becomes Vs is equal to VR by 2 plus VR by 2. Okay. So simply this term becomes unit values. So with that is Vs is equal to VR for a length, for X is equal to 0. So the voltage here under no load condition. No load condition means here it is assumed to be no load condition. No load condition means simply by substituting R is equal to 0. The transmission line is open-ended, open circuited. There is no load connected at the receiving end. So current passing to the transmission line, if we observe, IR value is equal to 0. So simply putting IR is equal to 0, and if we calculate Vs value, whatever may be the supply voltage that appears across the receiving end terminals. Okay. So now if we observe this expression, so under no load condition, this is, or lightly loaded conditions, this is this expression. So this term VR by 2 into e to the power of alpha L, this is a constant value, whereas this term is a constant value. Simply this can be treated as, if we consider that is E is equal to R theta, R into e to the power of j theta. Here this becomes phase angle term theta, where R is a magnitude. So here it is also, this term becomes a magnitude, and whereas this is e to the power of minus j theta, that is phase. So it is simply can be written as some R at an angle of beta L, phase angle. Okay, this is a phasor. This can be treated as a phasor. Okay, this is incident V1. This entire thing is can be assumed to be incident voltage. Here this entire term can be treated as a reflected voltage. Sum of these two directly gives the voltage at any instant or at any point on the transmission. Okay, so now the sum of these two voltage components of sending end gives a voltage. The sum of these two components of sending end voltage gives a voltage which is smaller than VR. So here it is, some mistake is there. Okay. So as L value, this is L, increases, the incident component of the sending end voltage increases. So similarly, if we observe, this is magnitude value and this one is phase angle value. So whereas this is incident voltage V1 part, which is making at an angle beta L. So this is phase angle. So here this phasor is exponentially, this term is exponentially increasing. So incident voltage we have already seen in the long transmission case. So if we assume this is the length of the transmission line, whereas this is receiving end, and if I assume this is sending end, so exponentially as X is increasing, the voltage waveform is exponentially increasing. Okay, if we calculate, if we substitute as x tends to x value is increasing in this direction, in opposite direction, so the voltage is exponentially increasing. So that the value is increasing in nature. So this is constant value to the power of alpha L. As L value increases, so automatically it is exponentially increasing in nature. So here, as L increases, the incident component of the sending end voltage increases exponentially and turns the vector in anti-clockwise through an angle theta. Here it is. So this is anti-clockwise direction. So the phasor is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So here it is at an angle beta L. So this phasor V1, that is incident voltage, phasor if we assume that is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Whereas the reflected part of the sending end, so here it is the second part if we observe, here the magnitude value is VR by 2 into e to the power of alpha L. So minus alpha L here it is. So it is a small factor which is exponentially decaying in nature. So from sending end to receiving end, if we observe, the value is exponentially decaying in nature. Now, because of this negative term, the same thing, it is minus. The reflected part of the sending end voltage decreases by an amount, by the same amount, and it is rotated anti-clockwise with to the same angle beta. So here it is again V2, even though the magnitude value is a little bit less, the phase angle is the same phase angle component minus beta L, it is decreasing, it is moving in clockwise direction. So resultant of these two, V1 and V2, gives the sending end voltage. Okay, so here it is. As L value increases, the incident component of sending end voltage increases exponentially and turns the vector in anti-clockwise through an angle beta L. Whereas the reflected part of the sending end voltage decreases by the same amount and it is rotated clockwise to the same angle beta. Okay. So therefore, so here it is moving in the resultant value. If we measure the value, so at a very small values of L, for small values of L, if we measure the values of this, so it is little bit more than this send. So this is one way of explaining the here. We substitute some values. So the resultant value under lightly loaded condition, it is going to be a little bit more than sending end. Okay. So the other way of explaining the same, which is based on electrical circuits. There are so many ways we can also using by using energy relations also we can explain this Faraday effect. So practically this is observed on a long transmission line under lightly loaded conditions. So theoretically there are so many explanations. One way of explaining is using incident voltage and reflected voltage, the combination of these two. So finally under some conditions if we observe that is a little bit more than receiving end voltage. Sending end voltage is less when compared to receiving. So the other way of explaining the same thing is, since for a long transmission line means capacitive value is more. Okay, since usually the capacitive reactance of the line is quite large as compared to inductive reactance. So under lightly loaded conditions, so here the power factor is an equivalent circuit of the long transmission. So either we can assume this as a part of the long transmission line. So distributed parameters we can assume. Otherwise, this is simply an condenser method. End condenser method means, so we have already discussed, the capacitance can be placed at the midpoint or at nearer to load, or it can be split into two halves. One half is connected at the sending end and other half is connected at the receiving. So we can consider in any occasion either this is a end condenser method or simply this can be treated as a long transmission line under lightly loaded. Under lightly loaded condition means, so because there is no load current, receiving end current is zero, so only current flowing through this is the charging current, IC, current drawn by the capacitance. Okay, so if we observe the voltage drop across this resistance, is in phase with current passing through this resistance. Current passing through this resistance is not the load current, it is the charging current, that is IC value. So because there is no load or under no lightly loaded condition, so here this value is zero. Okay, because if we assume this is an open circuit, so IR is equal to zero. So whatever it may be the current drawn by this transmission line or current flowing to this line, which is nothing but a charging current capacitance, that is current flowing to this capacitor. Okay, because of this capacitor, so this current is passing through the transmission. Okay, so current passing through this resistance is IC. Now if we observe the phasor diagram, so here it is. If we take voltage as reference, so we are sending in voltage and drop across this resistance, that is in phase with current passing through this resistance. Current passing through this resistance is nothing but current drawn by the capacitor, which is IC. So current drawn by the capacitance, in case of capacitance, current leads voltage by an angle 90 degrees. In case of pure capacitance, current leads voltage by an angle 90 degrees. That's why the voltage drop across the resistance, that is this portion, which is in phase with IC. Is it clear? So current passing through this resistance, which is IC. So drop across resistance is IC into R. This drop is in phase with current passing through resistance. Current passing through resistance. Current passing through resistance is nothing but, which is current passing through capacitance. We know that if capacitance is connected, so voltage VR, IC leads VR by an angle 90 degrees. That's why I have represented in this way. Is it clear? Okay. Next. Again, if we observe voltage drop across inductance, that is voltage across inductance means, so current passing through this, if we observe the relation between voltage across this inductor and also the current passing through this inductor, current lag behind voltage by an angle 90 degrees. Okay, so inductance, current always lags behind voltage by an angle 90. Here it is. So voltage drop in this, that is inductive reactance multiplied with current passing through this. Current passing through this is IC. Inductive reactance is XL. So XL multiplied with IC, which is so if we assume, so always lags behind, this current is lag behind voltage by an angle 90 degrees. In case of inductance, voltage is, here it is, voltage is equal to, in case of inductance, this is IC into X. So IC into X voltage, which is current lags behind voltage by an angle 90. So if we observe, this is voltage drop across inductance and current passing through inductance. That is So this is current passing through inductance. IL. IL is equal to IC in this case. So which is always lagging behind. Current lags voltage by an angle 90 degrees. The same thing, same vector I have shown here. It is. So here it is voltage drop across resistance. This is voltage drop across inductance. Now the resultant becomes the impedance, voltage drop across impedance, which is making an certain angle with VR. Okay. So and the resultant Vs, if we observe the phasor diagram itself shows Vs value is less than VR because of this capacitance, capacitor, because of the capacitance, dominating capacitance. Okay. So this is nothing but Faraday. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt regarding Faraday effect? So these are the two ways, and one more way we can find out using general circuit parameters. We can also speak. Vs is equal to. So we have general circuit parameters. Vs is equal to Vr into V receiving end voltage into constant A plus IR into V. So this is the equation. So general circuit equation for a transmission line, or we can speak it as for a long transmission line. So under lightly loaded condition or no load condition, this term becomes 0. So simply Vs is equal to Vr into A. So where A, so Vs by A is equal to Vr. So if generally for a transmission line, A value is always less than 1. So A value, which is, if we calculate for a transmission system, so A value is always less than 1. If denominator value is less than 1, so automatically the numerator value becomes always greater than B. It is more than VR. So sending in multiplied with some constant, you will get VR. So this is another way of explaining the Faraday effect using general circuit equations. Okay. So there are so many ways to explain the Faraday effect. Okay. So is this clear? Using phasor diagram, this is very important. So using capacitive reactance, you can find out Vs. Okay. The charging current produces drop in the reactance of the line, which is in phase opposition to the receiving end voltage, and hence the sending end voltage becomes smaller than the receiving end voltage. So here it is, resistance is more, capacitive reactance, capacitive susceptance is more when compared to inductive reactance. So under lightly loaded condition, we can also eliminate resistance value. Simply, so we can neglect resistance under no load conditions. So here inductive reactance value is less, this is more. So that's why, so always the receiving end voltage becomes more when compared to sending. Is it clear? So that is about Faraday effect. Now the second effect that we are going to observe on a transmission line is skin effect. So what is skin effect? So first one is Faraday effect, the second other one. The small derivation is also there. We can find we can derive for Faraday effect. Otherwise, using phasor diagram, that is very important. You can explain Faraday effect using phasor. The next similar effect we are going to observe, that is skin effect. So what are the problems faced due to Faraday effect. So particularly this loads are generally designed for a particular voltages. In some cases, if it is more than the setting end voltages or the designed values, so automatically equipment may get damaged. Okay, so because of these problems, so we have to taken care about the no load condition. Okay, so for a line, yes, for a long line, there is no load. So automatically the voltages may get rise beyond the rated values. Huge damage may occur at the substation levels. So that's why we have to take care about this fact. Next effect is skin effect. So skin effect means the term itself, it is skin effect of the transmission line. The term skin means automatically it is just like a layer. So the current passing through the transmission line, the current always flows through the skin of the transmission line. Skin of the transmission line means outer layers of the transmission. Okay. So how it is going to form? See, and what are the effects? So if the supply voltage is DC, when the DC current is flowing through the conductor, the current is uniformly distributed across the cross section of the conductor. So if we consider a solid conductor and the DC current is flowing to the conductor, the current distributes uniformly across the cross section of the conductor. Okay. Whereas in case of AC, that is alternating current, so it's non-uniform. The current flowing is non-uniform inside the conductor. The outer layers of the conductor carries more current than the filament closer to the center. So center portion of the conductor carries less current and the outer layers of the conductor carries more current. The current density is more on the outer layers of the conductor. So this is also observed on a transmission system. This results in a higher resistance of alternating current than the DC. This is called as skin effect. So the outer layer of the transmission line carries more current when compared to inner layers. So that is termed as skin effect. So this is also observed on a transmission line. So theoretical background if we observe. So this is the conductor, the solid conductor. If we observe the cross section area of the conductor is something, it is the entire cross section of the conductor. Whereas inside the current, inside the or nearer to the center, the current density is less when compared to outer layers of the conductor. Okay, here the current is going through the outer layers, not through the center. So the effective area used by the conductor is less. Okay, so the effective area is less. Okay, here it is. So if we assume this is the entire cross section area of the conductor, current flows at the surface of the conductor only, whereas 4 wire of the current carries only little amount of current. So why is there any reason? without any reason it cannot flow like that. So there is some reason behind this. So this is called as, okay, are you able to follow? Skin effect means the maximum current is goes through the outer layers of the conductor. So when compared to center of the conductor or the inner layers of the conductor, the maximum current goes through outer layers of the conductor. Maximum current is flowing indicates that the impedance or the resistance at the impedance of the conductor at the outer layers is less, whereas at the center it is more. Impedance, if we observe, it is moving from center to outer layers of the conductor. So impedance is more at the center when compared to outer layers. That's why maximum current is flowing through outer layers. Okay, just based on the principle Ohm's law, I is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R, inversely proportional to impedance value. Current flowing is inversely proportional to impedance. So here if we observe, if we divide the entire solid conductor into a small strings or small filaments we can consider. So this is inner filament. Similarly, so the entire conductor can be divided into n number of filaments. Okay, the current is flowing through this each and every filament. Okay, here the current is flowing through this. The conductor could be considered as a composed of very thin filaments. The inner filament carries current, gives rise to flux, which links the inner layer filaments. Okay. Whereas the flux due to current carrying outer filaments enclose both inner as well as the outer filaments. Okay. For example, if we come to this figure, so here because of current flowing through this inner layer, so the flux is generated, which links with this conductor. So flux linkages. So at this conductor, if we observe, that is due to this flux is linking with this conductor as well inner filament as well as outer. Similarly, flux due to this current passing through this layer, so it links the inner layer as well as outer layer, whereas the flux due to outer layers links only with the inner layers. Outside this there is no flux linkages. So if we observe current passing through individual layers, so here it is, the flux linkage at the center is more when compared to flux linkage at the outer layers. So this flux linkage is due to the current passing through first layer, similarly current passing through second layer, and current passing through n number of layers. So here the flux linkages are more. So we have the expression L is equal to flux linkage by current, flux linkage upon current, or if we consider this as unit current. So if flux linkages are more, automatically inductance is more, thereby inductive reactance is also high. Okay, is it clear? The flux linkage due to current passing through inner layers. So it is, so when compared to outer layers, here it is flux linkage is more. So that's why inductance is more, inductive reactance is also high. So if we neglect resistance value, R is equal to JXL, resistance value if we neglect, so automatically, which is directly impedance, which is directly proportional to XL, so impedance value at the center is more. So impedance is more means automatically current passing through this layer that is less when compared to outer layers. So that is the story behind this skin effect. Okay, so it can if we have, is it clear? Is there any doubt regarding skin effect? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is there any doubt? Okay. The flux linkage per ampere to the inner strand is more as compared to outer strands. Hence, the inductance, thereby the impedance of the inner strands is greater than those of the outer strands, which results in the more current in the outer strands as compared to inner strands. This non-uniformity of the flux linkages is the main cause of skin effect. Okay, so here at the inner layers, it is the impedance is more because of flux linkage is more, whereas at the outer layers the flux linkages are less, so impedance is less. When impedance is less, current flowing through outer layers is more. Okay, so some of the factors affecting this skin effect is mainly, that is, if we observe when DC current is flowing through the conductor, the current is uniformly distributed throughout the conductor. There is no flux linkage. There is no inductive reactance, since inductive reactance, that is XL, 2 pi F into XL, F value is 0 for DC. So there is no question of inductive reactance value. So the flux is, the current is uniformly distributed. There is no question of skin effect. Whereas in case of AC, if the frequency is more, inductive reactance is more. Inductive reactance is more means impedance is more, thereby current decreases at the center of the conductor. So current is flowing only through the outer layers of the conductor. Okay. The second one is diameter. So if we increase the diameter of the conductor, automatically skin effect increases. So the effective area used by the conductor is less. Okay. So if we increase the diameter, only the outer layer of the conductor is used, whereas the inner layer is not used. So effective area reduces. So next, the shape of the conductor. The shape of the conductor, in effect, is more in case of solid conductor and less in case of expanded conductor, because of surface area of the solid conductor is more. So if we consider an ACSR conductor, ACSR conductor means aluminium, steel with aluminium conductor, steel reinforced. Okay, so it is, there are so many strands, the solid conductors, a small diameter, they are rested on an aluminum, on a steel core. Okay, so if we use ACSR conductors, these skin effect can be a little bit reduced, can be minimized. And the type of, next one is the type of material used. The type of material used means, so skin effect increases, increasing in the permittivity of the material. So permittivity of the material, so mu naught. Sorry, permeability of the material, not permittivity. permeability of the material. Permeability is the ability of material to support the formation of the magnetic flux. So this skin effect is mainly due to magnetic flux linkages. So if we can able to reduce this magnetic flux linkages, we can reduce the inductance value, thereby we can reduce skin effect. So, any doubt? Any doubt regarding factors affecting skin effect? First one is frequency, next one is diameter, next one is shape of the conductor and also material used. Okay. Next. How to reduce this skin effect? Once we know the factors affecting the skin effect, we can easily find out how to reduce it. Simply by reducing the thickness of the conductor. Reducing the thickness of the conductor means it is instead of using solid conductors, we can go for ACSR conductors are made up of small strands. Okay. The next one is, so if it is a solid conductor, we can reduce thickness. Otherwise, we can go for ACSR conductors. And also at the substations, or if we observe on the top of the trains, there are hollow conductors. For a small length, we can use hollow conductors. So at the substations, generally these hollow conductors are being used. Okay. So to reduce this skin effect, so we can go for hollow. But it is not possible for a transmission line system. So generally that can be minimized using ACSR. We cannot reduce the diameter of the conductor by making that into strands. We can reduce the effective diameter of the conductor. So by using ACSR conductors, skin effect can be reduced, and there are so many other factors that can also be reduced. So that's why most commonly we come across ACSR conductors in practice. Okay. Is there any doubt regarding today's session? If you have any doubts, you can ask about the Fernandes effect, skin effect. The next one is proximity. That is also a small effect. So we can discuss in the next class. So is there any doubt regarding today's session? You can ask. Otherwise, we can stop. Any doubt regarding today's session? Fernandes effect means simply sending in voltage under lightly loaded conditions or no load conditions. The receiving in voltage is more than sending in voltage. This is called as Fernandes effect. The next one is skin effect. This skin effect, the current density is more. Current density is more on the layers of the outer layers of the conductor when compared to inner layers of it. So we can reduce by using ACSR conductors. We can reduce the skin effect. We cannot eliminate entire thing. We can reduce. Okay.